8:30 p.m. and I've just parked the car in Rome. We got to our Airbnb and carried all our bags up and everything, and I've gone parked it in a long-term car park a couple of 100 meters away. Parking is a lot easier here than in Florence. It's just a much bigger city, and we're sort of staying 500 meters from the Vatican, so not right in the center but close enough to be on all the metro lines and to be able to walk to a few things. But it's just a lovely evening. A lot of trattorias and bistros and restaurants along the streets. Most of the Romans are actually out of the city on holiday at the moment in late August, so it's not as busy here as what it usually is. So this is our Airbnb in Rome. It's fairly spacious as far as apartments go. Kids doing their schoolwork. Out the front is this beautiful church. They tend to have a lot of services and singing. This is Rome. Down here is the Colosseum. That's the Vatican, and we're staying just right there by that metro station. So that's the door to our apartment, just up there. A lovely little courtyard that all these apartments surround. And out here is the gate to the street. So nice and quiet and secluded.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Right. Using the subway. Just come out of the metro into the crowd, all waiting to look at the Spanish Steps over there. Still, at least you can still see the steps. Police Fiat Pandas. Devon's admiring the police Fiat Pandas. It's one of his favourite cars over here. Yeah. So, that was the Spanish Steps. On towards the Trevi Fountain, which hopefully we can see as well, and isn't so crowded. Ah, did you? I already knew about the Colosseum. Alright, on to the Trevi Fountain, down there. Okay, so it's still busy, but can see the fountain. I don't think we're going to get too close to it though. Yep. Look at these more ancient ruins, Devon. That's pretty cool, huh? Massive columns. Yeah? What do you think? Tell us about them.
I thought it was water, but I thought those were cans, but they're actually bricks.
Uh-huh. And that is the Pantheon, which is my favourite building in Rome. Pretty impressive? Good. Anna's finally impressed. So far the Spanish Steps have been underwhelming. Trevi Fountain was nice, but a bit crowded. But this is stunning. Yep. You can see inside. We are going to attempt to go inside, but maybe not right now. Maybe later in the evening when it's quieter.
restaurant.
Yep.
Because the restaurant's fancy and this is actually really fancy, so.
So, Piazza Navona. So we're hoping to be able to find some shade here, just to rest a little bit, and I'll go and find maybe some pizza and gelato, our usual staple diet. So we gave up and succumbed to going to McDonald's once again because everywhere else was so busy and so hot, and we just couldn't be bothered looking around for a nice place. So at least we've stuck to what we know, and they've got this cool little game board here which I've never seen. Well, the line is a lot more manageable now, so we are going to go into the Pantheon. I think everyone's gone to lunch. Yeah. What's your thoughts on the Pantheon?
Look around.
Yeah.
What you think?
Tell us what you think. It's cool?
He said it as well.
Okay, good.
What's your favourite bit?
I think so. So this is also part of the Parliament buildings we just saw. Looks like they're getting ready for some sort of official event. They've closed off a lot of areas and a lot of police around. Lovely gallery just opposite the Parliament buildings. So we gave in to a completely fake slushy. So much food colouring that the mouths have gone orange. Show us, Debs. Come on, don't you dare show us.
I'll keep it still white. I want to see your teeth. I did it just orange. Put it right here. Oh, buddy, what do you think you're doing? I'm the famous Dexita boy. Can I get my glasses? Can I have your glasses for the rest of your life? Can I have your money?
Only when I die.
Can I have your hat? Thanks. Can I have your...
This is what it's like, travelling with kids.
So don't have
Back at the Spanish Steps. Possibly a little less busy. Certainly it's not as hot anymore and the lights are a lot better. One handy thing with these small European apartments, which don't often have space for a dishwasher, they just have a drying rack directly above the sink. And often they don't even have cupboards for any of these things. Basically you wash them, chuck them in there, they dry off, and then when you need them again you grab them out of there. So we just walked from our apartment, which is just at the end of that street. This is the Vatican City. So obviously we need to find the entrance to it. So this is the wall. Here's the gate to get through. Set up for all the queues. Luckily at this time of night, 7:30, there's no queues. And the museums are closed, so basically we can just get into the square. Ta-da! Welcome to the Vatican City, guys. A whole different country. Oh yeah. Italy?
Rome, Vatican. Rome, Vatican. Rome, Vatican. Vatican, Rome, Vatican, Rome. Vatican, Rome.
Can I see your passport, please? Thank you. Yeah, the Vatican don't have their own army or guards, but they employ Swiss guards. So they're from Switzerland, and effectively they're Swiss military, but they resign or something like that for the period of service here.
Not in Switzerland. And then if Vatican starts invading Switzerland, will they invade Switzerland with them?
If the Vatican invades Switzerland, will they use the Swiss guards? I'm not sure. It's a very good question.
Probably.
Well, the reason they use Swiss guards is because the Swiss have sworn to be neutral.
What do you mean?
So they never want to get involved in any wars. So the Vatican, I guess, thinks, well, Switzerland will never be involved in any wars, therefore we can use them and there won't be a conflict of interest.
Train. Let's lift them up. And I have to do one.
Look, it's very dangerous. But you made it. Nice work. Now, good view of the Basilica.
You need to put right there. Yeah. And also, I like looking at the birds.
Oh. Some sort of monument
And
to
this little girl. Who already has a belt, and she's a belt. and she's
refugees or
younger.
something.
I'm one of them. Where do you live? Oh yeah.
So the kids have figured out another use for the bidet. I'm not sure it's quite what it was intended for, but it works.
Can you have a
Yeah. So the Colosseum metro exit is literally right at the Colosseum. There's Paletine Hill. So we're just trying to find the entrance to the Roman Forum. It's somewhere amongst these ruins. Finally made it in to Paletine Hill. I'm going to try and find a spot to sit down, just to rest a little bit. So we've taken a break. It's incredibly hot, so we thought we'd get here early actually and just chill out, take our time in the shade and go and see what we want to see. Meanwhile, Devon is texting his cousin. Been a bit of a struggle trying to get him to write for his schoolwork, but at least he texts people, so I suppose that's half the battle. So that's the Imperial Palace, built between AD 81 and 96. And it's actually where the name Palace comes from, because it's on Paletine Hill, Pala. And it was sort of the benchmark for all future palaces, so they were all named after this palace.
Would have been like a house or something, maybe? Look.
There you go, House of the Griffins. You're absolutely right, Devon. That was what the palace was built on first. House of the Griffins from the 2nd to the 1st century BC.
Yeah, the whole thing up here was a palace.
Outside?
Yeah, maybe a courtyard. Ó, Fê, tinha umas colunas aqui.
A little boy and his bear. So now we're looking down on the Roman Forum. It's incredible scale of the ruins. This is the temple of Antonino and Faustina. So this is the center of the Roman Forum, which was, or has been occupied since the 9th century BC. And it was kind of the center of a whole lot of villages here, and then eventually this grew to be the area that they conducted all their social and economic activities. So this is the Circus Maximus, but I don't know what they're doing there. They're obviously doing a lot of work on it, turning it into something that can be used again. Previously it's just been basically a big field of grass. So you can see a little bit more here. There's a few ruins down that end. So I suppose it's really the question of, do you keep it as ruins with not much really to see except for a patch of grass, or do you turn it into something that can be used again? It looks like that's what they're doing. made it into the Colosseum. Inside the walls at least. Not quite in the arena yet, but you can see it through there. Yeah?
Can you watch people here?
No, there's no one in the Colosseum now.
Of course there is. But Dad, can you still watch people? Is the first right here?
So really they didn't start work on this until the early 1800s. Basically it was just an overgrown mound of earth which they had to slowly dig out and uncover everything again. In 1130 there was a family, Frangipani, who turned it into a castle for themselves for a while. So they started building this model in 1790. Yep.
The sun's behind us.
You home. Now that we're in the arena, only one of you comes out.
Really dark down there, even with torches.
Would have been.
Crazy that there was actually still one snake in there. What?
So we're on our way home after a massive day. Saw Paletine Hill, the Roman Forum, the Colosseum, Circus Maximus,
We're all sweating.
a couple other things. We're all sweating. It's incredibly hot. Looking forward to dinner and air-conditioned comfort. Alright guys, 20 more meters to the entrance to our apartment and then a few flights of stairs. That's one thing when you're booking Airbnbs and you're sitting there in the comfort of your computer
I've done
and you see 3 flights of steps. That's fine. And you forget how tired you will be at the end of the day.
Why does he get a hand?
We're just walking down from our apartment to another piazza and a park, hopefully, but it's crossing over the Tiber River.
Why did he get his hands ready? Because they were
So we made it to Piazza del Popolo. So we found a lovely shady park, which we're just wandering around. There's a whole lot of various statues of people. You're going to see a old water clock shortly. Mm-hmm.
The mechanism to get inside. It's got water flowing down, so that's what's making lots. You know, the cogs and stuff.
It was designed in 1867. It's still keeping time.
Hi guys. Hi.
Everyone's taking things.
Yep.
Indiana Jones didn't have one of these, did he?
No.
No.
What amount of money? It's really nice for a full family.
It is. It's perfect for a family of 4.
Yeah.
And Dad gets to do all the work. It's absolutely brilliant. Keeping me fit.
Yeah. It's,
Let's go now.
that's the gallery. It's an art gallery.
You see.
Yeah. I think it's got
Hey, look
frescoes
at that
on the wall.
helicopter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just arriving at our gardens.
Nice garden.
So Devon's checking out the Twizy. He reckons he'd like one of those. It's a little 2-seater. So, after walking from the park, we've actually made it back to the top of the Spanish Steps.
What was your first?
And this is the church at the top. And there's a few people up here, but I guarantee as we get further down, there'll get more and more people. Because most people can't be bothered walking up to the top. Here we go. Last flight of stairs to the bottom. Yeah, it is. There's a tip. If you come to the Spanish Steps, start at the top first. And you won't be overwhelmed by everybody at the bottom straight away. Now you may be wondering why, if the Spanish Steps are so popular and everyone comes to take photos of them, why there's hardly anybody actually sitting or standing on the steps. And it's simply because the heat reflected off these steps is incredible. The marble just reflects the heat straight back up at you, so if you were to sit here, you'd probably end up dying of heat stroke. Another city, another Lego store with some giant figurines applicable to that city. Ciao! So we're heading back home, but not empty-handed. What have we got, Maddie? Lego! So these guys are chilling out in the shade. We were heading to St. Peter's Basilica, but the line stretches all the way around the square, so we're going to go find a drink and come back. So there is the Castle St. Angelo. Back at the Vatican.
Video game. That's what
I am. Not sure what the occasion is, but it's still fairly busy, and there's some news cameras out here, so I don't know. Maybe we need to look up online exactly what's happening. That's what can happen when you're travelling. You turn up to a place and there's something special you didn't know about, and there's hundreds or thousands of people there, or you can't get in. So we'll just see if we're able to get into St. Peter's Basilica.
So what are we doing, Dad?
We're waiting outside the Vatican, well, slightly in the Vatican, to see if we can get into St. Peter's Basilica, but it's way too busy and the Pope's doing something, so I don't think we're going to get in.